Cancel culture is a very, very popular thing across the internet. When I mean popular to make fun of. It's one of the most mocked things on the internet, but there's no specific reason that most people pinpoint to being the reason. I mean, it's just stupid. That's why a lot of people dislike it. But there are other reasons, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Across the years of cancel culture being a thing, at this point it's most prevalent on Twitter as as most content creators at this point have gotten canceled at some point in their life. It feels like it has to be one thing that happens to everyone. From Call Me Carson to other people like Jacksepticeye, I think everyone will get canceled at some point in their life, whether it be a legitimate reason or not. But the times where there are serious allegations against someone that and then end up being completely falsified, those are the times that completely destroy the reputation of cancel culture. Of course, there are very few examples of this. A modern example of this being the Pyrocynical allegations, where Pyrocynical was accused of grooming a 15-year-old when he was 19, although it was then proven that it wasn't grooming, as there was no sexual intention in the conversations. But of course, we do have other things to think about. One such example of this would also be the Slazo situation, where Shay, Slazo's ex-girlfriend at the time, had made claims against him for being a, how do I put this? A rapist. Of course, in the end, Slazo proved his innocence, and the content creators that were in fact pushing for his removal of the website or his removal of his fan base were thus criticized heavily, and to this day a lot of them are disliked amongst many for their handling of the situation. In particular, I'm Alex, who has a pretty terrible track record when it comes to, in fact, making accusations against someone. Of course, all topics for another day, but they are clues to why people dislike cancel culture nowadays. And the simple answer is because a lot of the time they can be proven false, and that completely destroys the reputation of cancel culture. And with all these fake allegations, it's hard to discern what is real and what isn't. As something you thought was real could very easily be fake, or something you thought was fake could very easily be real. It's hard to discern, and that's the main issue. But of course, these are just examples. They aren't real good reasons. They're just evidence to back up my hypothesis on why I believe that cancel culture is not viewed well. Of course, other examples of this could be from, just in general, that a lot of it's stupid nowadays, and that a lot of people just don't agree with it. But of course, these are all just hypotheses supported by little evidence and just my personal opinions. So take it with a grain of salt, but of course, these types of allegations always have to be taken seriously or else you could have serious consequences in being criticized later on. As many people become aware of your mishandling of a situation, they will attempt to get rid of your platform as a whole. Of course, these are all just opinions of my takes. I have pretty terrible takes, some people would say, but who cares? Because I'm me, and I don't care if you agree or disagree. These are my opinions, and I really couldn't care if you disagree. So, those are just my opinions. Of course, tell me if you agree in the comments. I'm interested to see how many of y'all do agree with my opinions on why cancel culture is viewed as poorly as it is today, even though it is, in hypothesis, a good thing. It's holding people accountable for their mistakes. It's just that some people handle it poorly. The main lesson I'm trying to push is that you don't always want to push allegations, or you don't always want to follow the herd. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't always follow the herd. You always have to try and find your own. You always have to find your own evidence. You have to find your own interpretations, and you have to have your own opinions and ideologies about the situation. And you can't always trust what people are telling you. Of course, that's just my opinion. You probably disagree, and I'm probably gonna get freaking obliterated by the people who disagree. So, yeah, please leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.